more. Welcome to Ginger's little soundbite about dance as she transmits, as I transmit from the Universal Dance and Music Arts Abu Dhabi. Hello there, I'm happy to be with you once more, bringing you some tips and bits that can help you become a better dancer, help you feel more stable on the ground, and help you understand different dynamics from my experience that have helped me as a dancer become better, become stronger, and that help my students on a daily basis. So welcome. Today I want to give you a little bit, especially today's for the ladies, and I want to give a little bit of a soundbite about dance and dancing and lady styling, predominantly, that issue, that topic, lady styling. So what exactly is lady styling? What I would like to define it as is this. Whenever you talk about lady, what comes to your mind? Of course, usually it's the body, usually it's the sensuality, and sometimes even the sexuality of a woman, right? Well, in dancing, we have several parts, of course, on a woman's body that is seen as being feminine, you know? That's what makes us have that concept, lady styling. For instance, the hips. So usually while you're dancing, be it salsa, bachata, kizomba, cha-cha-cha, what have you, it's nice to draw attention to certain parts of the woman's body. Let's look at the hips, for instance. Whenever you're moving your hips, try as much as possible to dissociate your hips from your upper body. Isolation, that's what it's called, isolation. So looking at the topic of isolation in the hips, what you can do as a dancer, salsa, bachata, what have you, always try as much as possible to qualify your movements with your hips. So what do I mean by that? For instance, let's take a simple movement like the double side action, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, together, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a technique you can use to help you in accentuating your hips and qualifying your movements even better with your hips is something we call, the Russians call it rasmyorka. You can call it the figure 8 or the infinity sign, okay? So your hips now, let's call it the infinity sign for purposes of this little video. Take a stance like so and begin to move your hips kind of like the infinity sign, you know, like a number 8 lying down. At 8, just make it lie down, that's the infinity. All right, so what you try to do is draw out the infinity with your hips, okay? All right, now don't move your heels too much, just take a stance and do that little exercise. All right, there you go. I'm going to show it to you from the back so you can have an idea what exactly I am doing and how I am using the infinity sign in my hips. Now, what a lot of women don't know is that this infinity sign, you can call it, governs a lot of our movements in Latin dancing. For instance, side together, okay? Have a look, just a single side together, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Let's make it a double side, okay? A double side. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. By using this, or using this 8 sign within your dancing, this infinity, you can better accentuate your hips while moving, be it sideways, like I'm doing right now, or even forwards, for instance, infinity through the hips in a forward action. Even going back, the same thing, infinity, drawing out your hips, using the infinity. All right, I'm going to show you this slowly, the infinity sign while doing a double side action, as well as a forward backward action, okay? Double side action, I start by throwing my weight onto my right slowly, drawing out my hip, forward, frontal action, backward. So I'm doing an arc from my right hand side all the way back. Okay, let me change position so you can see. So here I go. 1, drawing out my right side, going back 2, and 3, and 4, going back 5. Now I concentrate on my left side because I'm advancing to my left, 6 and 7 and 8. Let's do it in a forward and backward action. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 backward, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So using this infinity sign, you can better accentuate your hips and give the impression of having larger hips, okay? Which is one of the definitive factors in lady styling, the hips. So I'm talking today, I've spoken about one action which is called the infinity action in the hips, which you can see either with your legs closed or with your legs open. Secondly, I'll talk about another action, the pendulum action. You know the pendulum clock? See that action? Alright, there's some clocks that have that long hand going down and swings from right to left, left to right. That's what we call the pendulum action. And so doing, we have this pendulum action in the hips. And using this technique, you can further accentuate your hips while dancing. Have a look. For instance, in Bachata, this is predominantly seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, pendulum action, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, to further increase the range of your pendulum action, you can decide, for instance, to bend your knees and swing through bent knees, and that further accentuates your pendulum action. That's called the pendulum. Pendulum, pendulum, pendulum action. And this is an action that you can use to further accentuate your dancing and improve upon your lady styling. Alright, so the first one is the infinity action, which is this action, like an 8, a number 8 lying down, or the pendulum action. You can do that either with your legs closed or your legs open, okay? And this increases the volume of your dancing. This creates the impression of having wider hips, because Latin is supposed to qualify your body. It's not supposed to make you feel shame about your body as a woman, nothing like that. Through Latin dancing, it's supposed to help every lady accept their bodies as they are, to help them become mentally better, physically better, improve upon their confidence, your confidence as a woman. Okay? So through lady styling, we accentuate and we glorify our bodies as they are. That's the beauty of lady styling in Latin. You take yourself as you see yourself, you accept yourself for who you are. So, when you're dancing, think of those two actions. First of all, the infinity action, which you can do to create volume in your dancing through your hips, or the pendulum action, sideways movement. Thank you so much for this little soundbite. I'll be coming your way pretty soon with some more tips and bits that I know you can use to improve your dancing. See you on the other side.